I want to talk about my first love. If she sees this, I promise you, I'm not obsessed with you. Like, I'm not. You meant a lot to me. You really did. You really did. I don't know if you know, but you really did. So I'm going to talk about you. Just because, and just because you have a first love, that doesn't mean that that's your only love. It's just your first. It's special. It's like losing your virginity. Although, but everybody has their first time, right? But she was one of a kind. She was really cool, really nice, really kind. She was a Leo. She was a lioness. And she acted like it. not in the way that they try to make the Leo stereotype. She wasn't anything like that. She was very generous, and she wanted to see me win. And I appreciated that. I appreciate that a lot. And a lot of people would come to her and be like, "Why do you like Bradley? He's lame." But she still stuck beside me. And the truth was, I wasn't no popular dude. Like, I wasn't. I didn't know why she liked me. One day, this is how it started. I was walking on a track and I was talking to a friend. He ended up going to the military. Shout out to Christian Veazey. He was a real cool dude. But anyway, we were walking around the track. I was talking to him and I was ranting to him about another girl. And I was just like, yeah, and then she did this and that. And then out of nowhere, I turned around because I don't know why I did it, but I was just talking to him. And that's what we did at PE. We just walked around on the track. It was this girl just staring at me like, and she was laughing with her friend. I'm over here like, bro, are they laughing at me? So I'm getting shy because like, are they laughing at me? And mind you, I didn't have piercings. I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't have any of that. One day I might show you what I look like in high school. It's not super different, but I didn't look like how I look now, I guess. But anywho, my appearance be changing. But she was staring at me and she was laughing. And I thought she was like laughing at me. I was like, oh gosh, I'm getting talked about. And I went to a school, and I ain't gonna lie, Atlanta girls are kind of intimidating, you know? If it stinks in the classroom, they just yell, "It stank!" And it's like, oh my God. I just left from PE, like, I know it's me, like, so I'm just like this, like, don't look at me, I'm not here, because they yell it, and it's like they know who stinks, and they don't want to say it, but they also want to say it. They can be so aggressive, but I love it. But yeah, Atlanta girls can be kind of intimidating. But anywho, and I'm from Atlanta, so I don't even know why I'm saying it like I'm not from here. But anyway, she was laughing, and I was like, why is this girl laughing at me? I didn't even do anything. And then that was my junior year, and it was at the end of school. It was towards the end of school. And so the next year, it was in the summer. I asked my friend, no. This is what happened. A girl, her name is, they called her K-Wash. Hey, she was cool. She is Cancer. She was cool. She was real cool. She was from Florida. But she was always nice to me, so we were cool. But, she we had a spam community in our at our school, so everybody was connected at the spam basically. So I don't got no spam no more. I deleted mine, but we had a spam account basically on Instagram, and we just spam pictures and yada yada yada, talk yada yada, all that stuff. And Kwa, she had shouted me out on her thing because she was doing these how do I know these people basically, and I wanted to see, you gonna tap because you tapped in, you want to know. We used to always do stuff like that, like we used to do a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, she was like, oh yeah, I know Bradley from da 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 da, and I was like, cool, for sure. I'm known for that. She said that I was funny and that I think she said I was like nice or something like that. I was like, hey, cool in my book, But there a couple people follow me from that. I was getting my traction. But then this one girl followed me and I'm like, who is this? Because I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Because I might not find if I don't like you. So anywho, I see her and I'm like, oh, this is the girl. This is her. This the girl who's looking at me and laughing at me. And I follow her back. And I tell my friends, I'm like, hey, yo, I found the girl who was laughing at me. And then one of my friends was like, is this her? He had her Snapchat, and I was like, oh, for sure, bet. And it was the summer, so I was playing baseball, I was playing travel ball. Man, I was so nervous. I followed her, and I added her on Snapchat, and I talked to her, and I sent a message. And then I deleted Snapchat, and I turned off my phone, and I ain't pick it up until I played them baseball games. Came back the next day, and I was like, okay, I'm done playing baseball. Now the real game begins. I turned on my phone. I saw she messaged me, and I was like, oh, moment of truth. And y'all, she remembered me. I was like, oh my gosh. Hello. She said something so weird, though. I was like, that was weird, but okay. I don't think she meant it in a bad way. I was like, did you go to the middle school that I went to? And she was like, yeah, but you look better now. And I was like, thanks, I guess. I didn't really, I don't know if I really remember her from middle school that much, but we were talking and we would have these long conversations. I don't even know what they were about, but she loved hearing my poetry. And this is when I was first coming into writing my poetry. And she would just listen and listen and listen so much that I think she got in trouble from being on the phone too much. But she asked me, she was like, so like, what are we? And I was like, whoa. Whatever you want to be. I didn't say that. I was like, what do you want to be? Like, and she was going to some party. I wasn't a party person. She was going to some party, and the party was like, if you had like a band, are you green, yellow, or red? Something like that. If you red, you taken. Yellow, you talking to somebody. Green, you single. I don't know, some shit. She was like, so like, what are we? And I was like, let's say it at the same time. And I was like, 1, 2, 3. And we both said red at the same time. And I was like, oh, you like me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You're so popular. And I'm just a wallflower. Like, just a wallflower that plays baseball. And I didn't see myself as popular. I always stayed in the shadows. I mean, I had my own little group of people that I hung around, but I wasn't no popular guy. I'd be surprised if people knew me and still know me to this day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, if I get recognized, I'm gonna get surprised. Like, oh, you remember me? Like, oh, that's crazy. People might be like, yeah, Bradley, why would I not? And I'm like, yeah, but like, why would you? Like, we never had a conversation. How do you remember me? But anyway, she had told me, she was like, I like your voice. I was like, you do? I thought my voice was always nasally and just unattractive. It was like one things that I just did not like about myself. It was like my voice. I always felt like my voice was kind of annoying. And I remember one time in middle school, this girl said my voice was nasally. And I was like, man, why you have to go and say that, man? Why you have to go and say that? Why you got to go and do all that? You know? How dare you? It's all good now. But I didn't know what she was talking about. But apparently, between me and you, I had a really nice voice that I didn't know that I had. Or didn't realize that I had. Like, I didn't know that I could. I didn't know. I didn't know. Apparently, I did. But anyway, she said she really liked my voice, and that's what brought her to me. Or that's what she liked about me. And that's why she was looking at me the way that she was. Something like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, all right. But, when school started, that was our first time really seeing each other. And that was my first time seeing her, like really seeing her like up close, like touch and feel. You know what I mean? I don't know why I did it like that. But, hey. So we at school. She thinking I'm much taller than I am. I just got a tall figure. But my parents are tall. I'm the shortest one in my family. Both my brothers. But I'm not really that short anymore. But back then I was like 5'7", maybe. I was a slow grower. I'm a late boomer, I don't think she cared that much though. She was like, and she she said something so funny. She's like, we got good DP ratio. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then she told me what it was, and I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. But anyway, I liked her a lot. She was so pretty to me. She had glasses, and sometimes she wear them, sometimes she wouldn't. She had like this Megan Good haircut. You know, haircut Megan Good always wearing the movies, old movies, like Think Like a Man, kind of like that. Or she would wear like a bun. She had short hair, but I liked it. But she was nice, man. She was very kind. She was always there. And we would have these talks. Sometimes it wasn't always the greatest. Now, we never argued or anything like that, but I had self-worth issues. I didn't think I mattered, stuff like that. High school shit. Really, it's not high school shit, but it was a deep-rooted issue. And she was always there to, talk to me, and we would end up crying. But we were vulnerable. And I think that's what really, and when we broke up, it was so devastating because I made such a huge mistake. If I were to go back, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably tell myself, I probably wouldn't even tell myself nothing. If I were to see myself do it, I would just let myself do it. And I would just watch it and be like, well, look where we're at now, right? But you know, for those, because we broke up around when I graduated, so that made it even worse. But I made such a mistake. Like, I didn't cheat or anything like that. I just had a lot going on. That I had a family crisis, and I closed myself off from her, basically. And then I listened to some friends that they had my best interest, but I should have made my own decision, not based on what my friends were saying. You know, I relied on them too much. And I don't think they really liked her that much either, you know. One of them said some slick stuff, and I ain't like that. But that was like after we had broke up, and she had told me, she was like, yeah, Bradley, the girls you dated were not that pretty. And I was like, well, shit, they was fine to me. So, who you want me to date, you? Well, I'm not interested. So, because you say shit like that. These girls don't say shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, I was so upset. I made such a huge mistake, and I apologize to her, but the damage was kind of already done, and I had to accept it. Like, I tried to get back with her. Oh my God, y'all, for years, from 2019 to 2020 to 2021 to 2022. 2021, I was dating somebody else, so I was trying to move on. But then we broke up, and I was like, first love? But I realized in 2022, that's really when I kind of got over it. 2021, 2020 is when I met Miss Pink and Green, and that was a moment. Then 2021 was when I met the Island Princess, because I was in college. And y'all, my freshman year, I didn't date no girl. I didn't touch no girl. I talked to a girl, but I could not. And, you know, that girl was so sweet. Shout out to Ariel. She was really sweet. She was a Cancer. She was feisty now. She was a feisty girl. She was a feisty, little short, feisty girl with glasses, you know, who was loud. She was very loud. But I liked all those things about her. But I could not get over my first love. And I could not do that to her. I couldn't do it to Ari. I couldn't do it to her. And I know she probably didn't like me after that. And it was just an issue. And it turned into something super dramatic. But we ended up, you know, hashing it out. But it was a lot. But I could not give myself to another woman. I was just like, first love, you know, my first love. Like, I only want her. I would meditate, like, I would pray. like I would tell my homies how much I cared for this girl. My homie would look at me and be like, Bradley, that was beautiful. And I'll be like, he was like, are you gonna go after her? And I'm like, bro, she with somebody else. He's like, let me see him. Let me see him, Bradley. We both about to cry. He's like, let me see him. He's like, Bradley, man, this nigga. It's like, Bradley, man, go get her, man. And I'm like, nah, she's happy. She said she met her soulmate at 18 and I dated her at 17, so she don't like me no more. She don't like me no more. And I was just like, y'all, my chest was hurting. I was having dreams about her. Whew, I was having so many dreams. Like, come back to me. They said, And I talked to my ancestors, and my ancestors was like, no. They was like, no. Every single time she was single, I was with somebody. If she wasn't with nobody, I was single. And then it got to a point where I was just like, I gotta move on because we're not supposed to be together. I'll never forget the last conversation we had, though. The last conversation we had, it just wasn't gonna work, and as much as I cared about her, as much as I wanted her for a really long time, it wasn't gonna work, y'all. And I think she knew that. And I think most of the girls that I dated knew that. Because I think the Island Princess knew it too. Because she even told me, she was like, we're not going to grow this way, Bradley. When we broke up. I think she saw it too. I think she saw how hurt I was. I was going through something really traumatic with my family. And it's always something traumatic with my family. Every time I got with these girls and I was dating them, it was almost always something tragic that happened in my family, which made me think, maybe I don't need to date, But it also made me think, maybe that was a sign that this isn't for you. Sometimes it's nice at first, but when you don't let things go, they can become corrupted and distorted, and something that was beautiful can become really ugly. What was once pure can become really toxic if you hold on to it. And I kind of realized that, but my love for her, she showed me that I had the capacity to love and to even receive love. Like, y'all, it was head over heels. And people knew, like, when I told people we broke up, people were like, what? Y'all did? I liked her so much. I loved her. The book I wrote, Love in Harlem, I don't have it with me. I actually have the golden copy, the first original draft where you have the poems names. I had it. I wrote so many poems about her. That damn book is damn near about her. I was lost. I was lost. I wanted her back, but it wasn't working. The energy just wouldn't work. No matter how much I prayed, it wasn't working. Which I had to accept it. Otherwise, because eventually I could have ended up resenting her, which I didn't want to do. I'd rather just leave it where it's at, leave high school where high school is at, which is kind of where I'm at with college, leave college where college was at. But now I can talk about these stories so freely. Before, I couldn't even talk about her. I could see her in my heart, my chest, my chest, I'm not even going to say I was young. I was in love. And it was very special. And I really appreciate having that moment with her. Even if other people were like, why is he crying over her? She was special to me, okay? It was like that guy, that meme? She's very special to me. She was very special to me. I don't care what anybody else said about her. I didn't care about what she had done in the past. I don't care about those things. I am with her. And say what you wanted to say about her, nobody ever said it to my face. They always said it behind my back. So, And everything everybody had to say about her, nobody ever called me lame to my face. Nobody ever said, well, that's why he got cut on the baseball team to my face. They always said it to her, though. But as a matter of fact, she was so cool. She helped her friend out and told him, because I told her, I was like, well, I'm just going to try out for this spring team. Shout out to Coach Newburn, West Georgia Jackets. I'm going to just play that. I'm going to just go do that. I had to pivot. She had a friend. Shout out to Jay Will. He ended up going to Lemoyne Owens. But we was like the dynamic duo. And Trey. I think he went to the military, but Trey was younger than us, but we all was on West Georgia. We was like the 3 black kids on that team. But it was cool though. It was cool. Them kids was cool. Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Paul. No, we weren't the only black. Daniel, he ended up going to Kennesaw. Rob, we weren't the only black kids on there. I'm tripping. Rob, he went to Tuskegee. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was good times, man. Hey, best baseball team I ever played with. West Georgia Jackets. Shout out to Coach Newburn. Best baseball team I've ever played with. In high school. I played with Team Raw. I liked them. They was cool. They was funny. I met Miles, Kevin, Allen. Dang, who else? Jadavion. I hope I'm saying his name right. Dang, it was another person. There was somebody else, man. We would talk about Chris Move. And we was talking about Chris Moove's girlfriend at the time. I don't know if that's his girlfriend anymore, but at the time it was like 2013. He had a video of her. I was like, ooh, wee. They was younger than me though. I was like, what y'all know about that? I ain't know nothing about that either. But she was pretty though. But anyway, yeah, we were playing. That was like the best baseball team I've ever played with. I felt so comfortable with those guys, man. Joking, laughing. I mean, it wasn't no pressure. They didn't talk shit. I mean, everybody, it was almost like we were just a team of underdogs. So it just felt good because nobody really saw us as nothing. So we were just playing baseball, man. It was just fun, just having an experience. Something's coming to me. Man, he ended up going to Kentucky. Dang it. Dang, man, he pitched and he would throw the eephus. I forget his name. If you see this, don't build this on me. Hey, I've been through a lot. But anyway, yeah. She was special, man. She really was. She was one of a kind, and she deserves the love of her life. And I hope she has it. I hope she's doing really well. I don't know what she's doing with her life, but I really do hope she's doing well. She meant a lot to me, and she deserves it. She deserves all the greatness, And she had a big butt, and girl, I hope you don't cover your butt up because it's beautiful. And I used to not like when she had came to school with shorts on under her jeans. And I'm like, why you got these under your jeans? Don't ask me why I was under her jeans, but I was just asking a question, I could just tell. And she was like, because they made me do that. And I'm like, girl, stop wearing them damn shorts and let it out. Okay? Let the booty out. It's yours. Embrace your body. It's beautiful. The fuck? Don't ever cover yourself up around me. But anyway, it's just a little tidbit about myself. You better be sexy. Like, flaunt it while you got it, and you still always gonna have it. Best believe that. Ain't never gonna go away. Hey, black don't crack. But anyway, y'all. guess that's the video. I need to go do my laundry.